welcome you to John Gaston's Martial Arts Academy, located on the west side of Springfield at 3231 West Isles, and that's on the corner of Koki Mill in West Isles. I'm John Gaston. I'm the owner and the Chief Master Instructor here at our Academy. And what I'd like to do is go ahead and give you kind of a sneak preview of what our Academy looks like. We have several walk-in and inquiries about our program on a daily basis. And when a new student walks in, we immediately have our staff members sitting here at our counter here to greet them, give them information, scheduling, and talk to them about what our program does and accomplishes, not only on the physical side, but how we do it as a personal development center, teaching the leadership traits, especially for the younger kids. Upon coming in as a brand new student, this would be your first check-in point. And then what we do is we move into the intro room. The intro room is always a one-on-one evaluation with an instructor, and there's three parts to that. One is to allow the child to make sure martial arts is going to be something they're going to want to do. Second, we want to start preparing them for their very first group class, and during that process we do a fitness evaluation. We're looking for coordination, attitude, focus, and retention. And third, which we believe is the most important part, as a parent, we want you to not only see what we teach, but how we teach it, and make sure it fits the goals of what you're looking for in a martial art development center. Let me go ahead and give you a tour of the rest of the Academy from a student's perspective. When a student and the family comes into the Academy for the training that night, they move this way towards the lobby. But first, I'd like to stop here and just explain our retail center. We carry all the sizes of the uniforms that majority of our students are going to need to wear. In addition to that, we have t-shirts and different items, but a lot of the equipment packages, we have 3 different programs that we offer here: Basic, Masters, and our Leadership program. All of those have different curriculum levels that a student can experience, and the majority of that equipment is going to be carried here for their immediate needs upon enrolling those programs, or if they've outgrown something and for their particular size the day of the training. So let's go ahead and continue through. Okay, now we're into the viewing area, but let's go ahead and take a look at the opposite side of the retail center. And over here you'll continue to see some uniforms, backpacks for the kids' equipment and different things, some of the training DVDs that will help them out a little bit in their training at home. And we also do carry somewhat of the apparel. And the apparel is t-shirts that aren't necessarily training t-shirts, but just showing off the different things of the arts, jiu-jitsu, the John Gaston Martial Arts Academy, and some different things like that. As we're standing here, this is right here in the viewing area, I want to first point out Training Floor 1. Training Floor 1 is our primary training floor, and this is mostly used for the kids. And the reason for the kids is because we want the open floor so the parents, again, not only see what we're teaching, but how we teach it. And that's because we're teaching the leadership skills and development in addition to just the physical moves. But the main floor is right here. On the wall, you'll see a digital board, TV, that's used for a digital lesson plan, where that lesson plan's up, so the students can easily follow it, as well as the parents. Check the lessons off that are required on the journey to black belt off in the student manual, just to make sure that their child's up to par. If the child has missed some of those lessons, they can always get with one of our staff members and do a catch-up or a private lesson. As we continue over here, I want to take a look at the mat, but first let me talk about the wall. Over here, this is where the attendance cards are kept for each student. And when a student comes in, they will get their attendance cards. They will line up along the mat. They hold in what we call a focus position, a locked up position, waiting for the instructor on the next class. They get their card, they hand it to the instructor, and that's how they get their credit for the class that night. And that comes back to when their progression and belt advancement is available to them. Up here above that, normally we have our equipment packages. These posters are being redone right now, but it's the 3 programs that we have. They'll show the specific equipment that's required for the safety of our students during the training programs. And it's the best quality that's available to them on the market. Speaking of the quality and safety, this brings us back to the mat. The mat is a zebra mat, which is a judo style mat. It has a non-slippage padding cover on the top. It's about 2.5 inches thick, so for the density if someone would happen to slip or fall, or when we're doing some of the ground techniques in our jiu-jitsu programs or some of the sports things that we do, a very safe floor. The instructors are usually teaching from the front of the floor, and above that you'll notice a TV monitor, and that's kind of our digital board. And what it is we broadcast the lessons digitally, so the lesson of the day is available for the student to see, so they can match that back up to their student manual lessons to make sure they've received the appropriate lessons as they're getting closer to black belt. While we're over here, right immediately off the floor, we'll take a look at the water fountain area. It's usually something that's overlooked, but again, for the safety of the students, especially during the warmer months, we want to make sure that it's available for them to be able to step off the floor by asking permission and stay hydrated, and just for the safety of their body during their training times. Let's go ahead and take now a look at floor number 2. Now we're in our second floor training area. And we teach a lot of world-class martial arts here, but I always wanted to make sure that all students understand this. The primary purpose of our academy is empowering lives through the martial arts and the intrinsic values that are taught through the challenging parts of the physical. But one of the world-class martial arts systems that we teach here, in addition to the Kempo and the striking classes of Muay Thai and the Krav Maga self-defense classes, is Gracie Jiu-Jitsu through Hoist Gracie. And this floor here is primarily used for those classes. And what we've done is the wall and the floors, everything are identical to the Gracie family was very kind to share with us how they did their floor that's used in the primary training center in Torrance, California. And we kind of went ahead and emulated that for our academy right here. All the way down to the wall pads, obviously the floor pads. And then over here you'll see some larger wall pads that are used by the areas that are stand up and different things like that. And again, all this is for the safety of the students. So what I'd like to do is go back out here and continue down through the tour of the academy and show you the restroom and the shower area. All right, I'm one of those guys that believe a clean facility is judged by how clean the restroom is. We always have two, a women's and the men's restroom. We always try to keep them up as clean as possible. You have the stalls, the sinks, and in addition to that, in the clean restrooms, we have always, particularly during our daytime class, it's not uncommon for someone to have to go back to work. So we do have a private shower facility for people who have to train during the day and then get back to work in the afternoon right after class. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the facility. I appreciate you joining me for the tour and taking a look at what we offer here at John Gaston's Martial Arts Academy. You know, the one thing that I know is that every student, once upon getting their black belt, when I ask them if they could experience everything that they've done, knowing now what they didn't know before, would you have enrolled earlier? And they always say yes. And I want to strongly encourage you to give us a call at our academy at 217-546-6762 or check out our website at JGMAA, the initials of John Gaston's Martial Arts Academy, to find out how we can help you on your journey to black belt and personal development. Whoosh.